Oh, count to 10?
Yeah, count to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, that's good. All right, get lost. Oh, nice day out here, ain't it?
Yes, it is. Very nice.
Usually hot in the summer, ain't it?
Yep. Usually hot in the summer.
Which,
This is a good day.
why is that?
This is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it.
Yeah, tell me about the days when you were in Georgia. What do you remember?
Well, I don't remember much of anything where I was born, but when I start to remember, we had moved from Monticello to Hutchinson, Georgia, and that's where I began to remember.
Did you go to school there?
I went a few days in and out.
What was Papa doing down there?
Well, he was working on a farm.
Doing what kind of work?
He was taking care of Mr. George. He had cows, horses, and chickens and all that. And then he worked on the land. They planted cotton, they picked cotton, and they killed his hogs.
Did you pick cotton?
I tried. It was fun to us because we didn't have to do it, but it was just fun. It's so pretty out there and all that white cotton.
Wasn't it hard work?
It wasn't hard to me, but it was hard for my parents because they were really the one doing the work.
So Mama was out there picking cotton while she was having all those babies?
Yeah, every time she had a baby, she'd stay home a month, and then I would take over. I would be the babysitter. That's why I didn't go to school much, but.
So you were like in charge of the family?
I was in charge of the family.
Why is that?
Because, she had to work. And so I was the oldest, so then I took over.
Did all the kids underneath you mind you?
Yeah, they mind. If they didn't, I would whip them. No, I didn't have to whip them, but.
You used to tell me a story about how Uncle Raymond used to get in fights. Was that down in Georgia or was that up here?
That was up here. When he was in Georgia, he wouldn't keep no clothes on. He was nude all the time. Run around naked all the time. And he also set the barn on fire one time where the horses and everything was in. I don't know where he got some matches from someplace.
What happened to all the animals?
The animal, Papa and them saw the smoke from where they was working, and everybody in the field came running, and they put the fire out and got the horses and mules and everything out of there for a while.
So all the animals were saved?
Yeah, they all were saved. And Raymond was saved.
What saved Uncle Raymond?
He was running. He always did run. And he had a salmon can. When we found out the fire was there, he was going to where they watered the mules, dipping the can in there, getting some water, and trying to throw it on the fire. Now he was young too, a little bit of something around there.
Yeah. Tell me about Momma while she was on the farm. Now I know Papa was going to work, so she had to be in charge of a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, right. But she was going to work too, about much as he was, when they was working in the field.
Mm-hmm. She had all the babies working in the field.
And I was home with the babies. And I was a baby.
You was the baby yourself.
Yeah.
Did Mama and Papa ever tell you how they met,
Yeah, Papa said they met at a well. They met at a well. So Mama said she had a shape. He said Mama was fine. Yeah, and he said when they got married, they had to jump over the broom the same time. I don't know what that was. Oh, shoot.
Oh, So, do you remember when Papa moved north? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I remember, okay, when Papa moved north, we had to move out of the house we was in. We moved down to another lady's house. And then Mama helped this lady, worked her crop. And until Papa sent for us to come up here. Mama came up once to visit Papa while he was here. And then after he got a job, and he worked a while, then he sent for us. So we came up in 41.
How old were you when you came up?
I'm 12.
So you were pretty young.
Mm-hmm.
When Papa was up here working and Mama was down there, did she have times where she had to be the man in the house too?
Oh yeah, she took care of everything.
How did she take care of when some of the white people acted up around there?
Well, where we was at then, there wasn't any white people living around us at that time. At the time we were there.
So was she a tough woman? Was Mama a tough lady?
Oh, she was a tough lady. Oh, she was tough. And a good lady. A good mother.
How would she prove her toughness?
Oh, she just said what she wanted to say, and she meant what she said. And you just automatically did what she told you to do. So, well, no problem.
So what was it like when all y'all moved up here? Were you excited when you moved to Columbus?
Oh yes, I was excited. I didn't know that much about where we was going, but I was excited. And it was 8, Mama came up on the train alone with 8 kids. She had 8 kids. And so Papa met us at the train station when we got here, and they had to get 2 cabs to put us all in. And we were so excited when we got to the house, we had a bathroom.
First time you had a bathroom?
First time we had a bathroom, didn't have to use an outhouse. And so that was nice. It was real nice.
So what'd you do when you just saw the toilet that could flush?
Yeah, toilet can flush in the wash face bowl, water running in the kitchen. So that was pretty nice. That was neat.
Now where did you move to when you came up here?
On Michigan Avenue. We lived on Michigan.
What school did you go to?
At first we started out at First Avenue School. And then we left from there. Raymond he got in a lot of fights there at school. Nobody bothered him, just look at him, he hit him. And then they moved us to a school, they called it Olin Tansy. And they had a lot of bad kids over there. And so I said, Lord, I hope Raymond don't go there and get in a fight. Got in a fight the first day we was there. And I was so scared.
Did you rescue him?
No, I didn't rescue him. We had met some cousin up here. Their last name was Cornelia, so they said we was cousin. And she was bad. And she had long legs. Her name was Gloria. And boy, she came and got them off of Raymond because I was standing there looking. And so after that, they didn't bother him no more. You had a cousin. Oh.
Okay, after you went to elementary school, where did you go?
I went to Everett for a while. I wasn't there long because I had turned 16, and then I got a worker's permit, and then I quit school. I wished I had went on. I'd have been 22 when I got out of school, which wasn't bad. I don't care. I wished I had gone on though. They tried to talk me in the stand, but I didn't.
All right, tell me, like, what were you doing before you met Dad? How old?
How old was when I met your dad? 22, I believe. 22. I was working on the campus at the faculty club. That's when I met your dad.
Who introduced you?
Fred Bradley Thomas.
How did you know Bradley?
Well, I had met him. His sisters was up here, and they all was friend to Mama and Papa. They knew one another before they moved to Columbus. And that's how I met him.
Did you have a lot of boyfriends before you met Dad?
Not a whole lot, but I had some. We just friends.
Yeah, these were the days before you were saved, right?
Oh, yes.
What was Leona like the day before she was saved?
Oh, nothing, just fun. We just had a lot of fun.
Did you go out and dance?
Oh, yeah. I was dancing. I love to dance.
What kind of dance?
We used to do the jitterbug. And we used to do the Madison.
Yeah?
Yeah, and the cha-cha-cha.
Madison, like the electric slide, wasn't it?
Yeah, same thing. They call it electric slide now. And your Aunt Darlene was bad at that. She could dance.
Still dance.
Yeah.
So, you told me the story about you went to the Valleydale Club one time.
Uh-huh.
So tell me about that meeting Clarence Gatemouth Brown.
Oh. I don't think that was at Valleydale, was it? I think it was at a club out on Long Street at that time. He was here, you know, and that's how I met him.
Met who?
Gatemouth Brown. He could play that guitar. Mm-hmm.
So what happened? Well, there was this incident that happened.
Oh, and so he was up there playing, and three or four girls were sitting at the table. And so he came over there. He was up there playing, looking over there at me, making eyes. I'm making eyes at him too. And he came over there, and he reached across the other girls. Who was this pretty little girl? Put his hand in my face, and I didn't like that, so I smacked him.
She smacked him hard?
Yeah, I smacked him hard.
Well, then what happened?
He laughed. He didn't do nothing. Laugh. He backed off.
You better, huh?
Yep.
Why?
I had another cousin there. Her name was Glover. We call her Biddy Glover. And they was known to be bad too. She ran over to the table. What's going on, cuz? What's on? Nothing. Everything fine.
And if everything wasn't fine, what would have happened?
I don't know. She probably would have turned the club out. But it was just he didn't mean no harm. He just thought he could put his hand in my face. I let him know he can't. You can't do that. Don't touch.
Well, like what? Like what? How do you?
That's my job. Just patted me on the jaw. That's all.
Maybe she can pat you somewhere else?
No, I was sitting there.
All right, so that was before you met Dad.
Oh yeah, all that before I met him.
So at 22, Bradley introduced you to Dad. What did you think when you first saw him?
Nothing. I didn't think too much about him. It was just a boy he brought over to the house. And I think I had made some sweet potato pies, and Bradley loved the sweet potato pie, so they ate a piece of pie.
Well, what attracted you about him? Why did you see him again?
I didn't see nothing at the time. And then I met him again over to Eloise, because he lived over there. And one of them, you know how they have these rooming houses. And that's how I really got to know him, you know, through Eloise now. And the Malones, you know, and everything.
So you started being attracted to him. Did he lay a rap on you?
No, he couldn't lay no rap on me. I was too smart for that. But anyway,
And what was he?
we got to know one another. And he was a real nice guy. He had to be
Why?
to date me. Oh,
You
shoot.
didn't date no sorry boy.
Oh, no sorry boys and no drunks.
No what?
Drunks.
Oh. Yeah. So what made you decide to tie the knot?
Well, we started dating after that, and I guess we went to movies. And he would come by my job and pick me up and bring me home. And so from then on, it wasn't long. It wasn't about 3 months. Didn't know one about 3 months.
Then you got married?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when did you become a Christian?
When did I really get back? I was going to church though when I met him, but I hadn't got saved or anything. And let me see. I had you all before I got in church. Before I got back in church. It was over there on Collins in Pennsylvania though. I probably about 23. Really got into church then.
It changed your life around, huh?
Yes, it did.
Now, you told me one time you had all these kids. Now, you said you have, what did you tell me?
I don't know.
You said you had you had your 2 boys?
Oh, yeah. Oh, when I got married, I said I didn't want but 4 children. And I said I want 2 boys to be the oldest, and I want 2 girls. And that's the way I had it. But I didn't stop. I just kept having them.
Until how many did you have?
10.
You stopped at 10.
Woo! Stopped at 10.
Beat your mama.
Huh?
I said you beat your mama, huh?
Mama said now she got 1 more than I have. She have another one. Mama said, I'm gonna get an airplane and go to the, what is it? Oh, Muggy River. Going down with the airplane. Oh, Mama was a trip. Yeah, boy. But you know, God was good. God had been good to me all down through the years. I raised all my children. He helped me raise all our children. And your dad. And he was right there. Whatever I said, that's your dad stuck with that. Whatever he said, I went with him too. So we really was in there together. Yeah. God had brought us from a long way, but with 10 beautiful children, 10 good children.
How many grandkids you got?
I got 29 grandchildren. And then I babysit all of them. Only babies I didn't babysit was Al. He said, Mom, I knew you were going to be wore out by the time I had mine. All those babies have sat on my lap. I've held them all, and I babysit them. Started out with Greg's little girl first, Laura. I babysit her too.
Yeah. So things have really changed since Flytown, huh?
Yep.
You remember all the places you lived here?
Yep.
Go through the list of where you lived.
When I first came to Columbus, I was living on Michigan Avenue. After I got married, we lived in a rooming house on Buttles Avenue. And from Buttles, we moved on Delaware, right up above Momma's house on Delaware. We left from there, we went to Spruce Street, 155 Spruce Street. And then we moved across the street in Uncle Cleve's house on Spruce. And from there, we moved on Pennsylvania Avenue. From Pennsylvania, we moved back on Detroit. Let's see, did we move with Momma? At 719 Delaware. And then we moved over here on 4th Avenue, 137, East 4th Avenue. From there on Star, you remember that. And we lived there about 3 months, and then we moved in this house, and we've been here ever since. That's about 40.
43 years.
How old Kevin?
43 years.
He 43? Your dad is 43?
He'll be 43.
Yeah, okay. Okay. That's how long we've been here.
Good. Let me change batteries. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Go ahead, what?
I asked you were you hot.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to think. Now, something happened to you. What happened to you in 1959 after Rosemary was born?
What, a sickness, illness? Rosemary, I don't know. It's something that happened to Rosemary when she was born, and I was 3 weeks having her.
You mean 3 weeks having her?
I was in labor 3 weeks with Rosemary.
That was rough, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was rough. I think what caused it though, I fell. She was born in March, and during those winter months with all the ice, and I was pretty big, and I was going out to get in the car to go to the doctor, and I slipped and fell on the ice. I mean hard, and I think what happened, it jarred her back this way. So that's what, and then it caused me to nervous. I almost had a nervous breakdown then. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what nerves was, you know.
That's when we lived on Spruce Street.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you were gone there for a while.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So now we go through the 1960s. Now you had 10 kids. Your last one was 1969.
Right.
You said that's enough, man.
That's enough. No more.
Well, how do you feel about the family? The state of the family. I mean, overall. Let's talk about Papa first.
Oh.
Yeah. Papa, you know, he always liked the family to get together.
Oh, yes. He loved it. He loved that. Nothing like that family but Papa. Oh, he loved the family get together, and he loved the couch boys to play ball.
Yeah, the whole baseball team.
Yeah, I had a whole baseball team. Even Pat, she got in there and made it up, didn't she?
Hold on, let this plane go by.
Going back this way.
Tell me something about Momma. Momma liked to cook, didn't she?
Oh, she loved to cook, and she loved to sew, and she made quilts, and she loved to fish. Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, she loved to fish. She and Papa, they loved fishing.
She didn't like snakes too well, did she?
Oh, she wasn't scared of them. She loved them.
How would she treat snakes?
How she treat them?
Yeah.
She would kill them. She won't run them from them. I tell you. I remember one time when I was still in Georgia, I went to the spring to get some water. I had 2 buckets. So that Papa was up here. So I had to been about, I probably still was 11, I guess. And I was coming back with the water, and a big old snake crossed right in front of me. And I froze. I threw that water down, and you talking about running. So Mama said, "Where's the water?" I said, "I saw a snake, and I threw the water down." And so she said, "Come on, show me where you saw him at." I showed her where I saw him at, where he went across, but I stood back. She had her big stick. And where he went up in a big bush. She took that stick and parted those bushes. And you know she dragged that snake out of there and she killed him. She killed that big snake. And I was gone while she beating on that snake. And she said, "I'm gonna put it right over here. So usually there's a mate. So the mate, if you don't get back at a certain time, the mate gonna come back looking for her." She went back, I did. She said when she got back there, so that snake had him, dragging him. And she killed him too.
Snake killer.
She didn't care about it. She would kill that snake.
You told me another story about, I guess, Mishi's boyfriend. What came by the house looking for Mishi?
Oh no, that was Misha's husband when they was living on Willamette. Yeah, that was Misha's first husband. And
What's his name?
his name was Bobby Nor.
No.
No, that's Cheryl's dad. But anyway, Misa was in the house, and I guess he knew she was in there. And so their doors were locked, and they didn't, and they wouldn't let him in. And so the others went upstairs. Papa ran upstairs and got a shotgun. And Aunt Letty was here, and Misha, and I guess Ruby and them, they was upstairs. And he broke in. He broke the door in. And Mama was caught between the living room, she back there in the dining room with the telephone, and she got the telephone called 911. And she told them there was some man was breaking in with a gun. And she told him that he was breaking in. He had a gun. And so she couldn't get upstairs with the rest of them. But Papa came down, and he was in there then. And so he had Mama, I guess by the arm or something. And he told Papa was coming on with the shotgun, and told told him to drop his gun. Said, drop it. And said, if you don't drop it, I'm gonna shoot her. And Mama said he turned his head to look around at Papa, and she grabbed the gun, grabbed his arm with the gun in it, and she held on him, and she couldn't let go. He couldn't take it away from her, and she just held him. And so he finally dropped the gun. He dropped it, and he ran out the back door. And Mama ran out the back door behind him, and said he was jumping those fences like a rabbit, and said she was shooting at him. So she shot at him about 4 times. Oh, he was gone though when the police got there.
Mama don't play, huh?
And that was a brave woman. She was brave too.
She didn't take no mess.
No, she didn't.
Oh boy. Yeah. So, Papa gone. What's everybody miss him? Everybody.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Oh. Yeah, nothing like that, Papa.
How come you call him Papa?
Because we lived in the house with Cora and Lurleen them when we was growing up, and they said Mary and Buddy. Now all her children, their children was calling them Mary and Buddy, and I said I'm not gonna have my grandchildren coming up here saying no Mary and Buddy. So I started them to call them Mama and Papa, and then everybody, whenever they had children, everybody Mama and Papa. Now that was better than Mary and Buddy. I think Raymond still call them Mary and Buddy, but I didn't. All the rest of us call them Mama, Papa.
Yes, because everybody loved him.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Let this plane go by.
This thing.
Forgot you had that on.
I forgot I had it on.
Yeah, Papa loved going down to the river, didn't he?
Yeah, we used to go there on the riverside when you all was little.
Yeah.
And Papa and there was playing ball then. He could run too, hit the ball.
He loved to play baseball.
Yes, boy, that was some good old days.
Yeah, who started the tradition of having a family reunion?
I think it was Aunt Rosie. Aunt Rosie, one of Papa's sisters. She was living in Atlanta, Georgia, and she got this started. Her name was Rosie Stovall.
Yeah, but then Papa, just not the whole big clan, but just the immediate clan, he would make sure we all got together on the 4th of July.
Yeah, he would. He sure would.
That was a big event for us.
That was a big, I tell you.
The watermelons.
Yeah. Corn, my mama cooked corn.
Got
Chicken. And the greens. Oh, we had the whole works. Those some good days, I tell you.
Yeah. I miss that. The corn and greens, cornbread.
And Mama made a lot of cakes then. She had them good pound cakes, pineapple cakes.
She could could cook so good, how come Papa never got fat?
He ate enough. I don't know. And Mama said he couldn't boil water. Papa couldn't even cook an egg. Oh boy, yeah, she could cook good, but Papa, he just ate. And it didn't, just wasn't for him to be fat.
No. No, but you was with him the day he died. What was that like?
Whew, I hate to think about it, but he was talking, you know. He was hot. All I knew, he was hot. I guess we didn't know enough to know that it could have been his heart, you know. But we had him to the doctor that day, and they sent him back home. So that night, he just couldn't sleep. He couldn't sleep. We put him in the bed, he'd get up. And he was praying, said, Lord, help me, Lord. I said, Papa, he gonna help you. And he did, but I didn't know he was gonna take him home with him, you know. And he was right there. He just turned over and took his last breath. And Mama was right there in the next bed. She saw it all too. Yeah, so he was going on home.
Yeah, it was sad when Mama died too.
Yeah.
Sad when Mama died.
Oh yeah, it was real sad.
I don't know how nobody can ever love a mother and a father, a grandmother, a grandfather like those two.
I'm telling you, like them too. They all their children and grandchildren loved them. Yeah, they did. Because they was good. They were just, that's all you can say. They were good parents and good grandparents. And they loved them too. They loved their children and their grandchildren.
Loved every one of them. Unlike somebody used to say, my son was Mama's favorite grandson.
Yeah, that's no, that wasn't no favorite. I don't know why they said it, but they did say it, but
Because I said, when I heard that, I said, I was her favorite grandson.
You was. I bet the others were saying it too. Probably so.
They treated everybody equal, except when the younger kids, when they got too old. Mama used to whoop us, and she never whooped.
She put them down with some paper. She never hurt you all.
Yeah, but her bark was scarier than her bite.
Boy, I'm gonna whip you, boy.
Yeah, that's all she did. And she started cussing. What happened about when she used to eat snuff? What happened?
When she dipping snuff?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. She just dipped snuff.
Well, I thought you told me how she quit.
How she what?
How she quit eating dipping snuff. Didn't something happen? Why she didn't dip snuff no more?
Yeah, what did she say? Yeah, it was something she said. She promised God that if whatever, he took care of the situation, that she would give up her snuff. And he took care of it and she gave it up. Just never did.
You said Gregory, she used to leave a snuff?
No, that was your other grandmother. That was your daddy's mother. We was on Spruce Street. And that wasn't Greg, it was you.
Tell the story straight now.
Nah. You said up there it was Bo. That he had.
No, I said it was Greg because you told me it was Greg now.
No, it was you. Greg wasn't even born.
What happened?
When she always uses a cup.
Who's it? Who?
Grandma Josie, your Grandma Josie. And then she have a cup, she would spit in the cup and sit it beside the chair. So you crawl up, you was on the floor crawling. And she looked around, you had that cup to sit down, to turn the cup up, but she caught you in time. Oh, that tickled her so bad though. She wouldn't sit around, especially when you was on the floor crawling. Oh.
What did you do? When was the first time you met her, Jasmine?
After me and Alfred was married. Yeah, I met her one time before we was married. I didn't even know Alfred at the time. I didn't know her, but she knew Momma and them. So when she come up to visit daughter, Sal, I believe. And then she came over to the house. I saw that little lady. She was a friendly little lady, you know. And so later on, I found out that it was his dad after I met Alfred. Then I realized I had met her, but I didn't know.
And she like you?
I don't know. Oh yeah, after we married, yes. I thought you mean when she first came up, because I didn't know it that much. But oh yeah, she was a good mother-in-law. Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, I remember her just in the switch when I got older.
Yeah, but she in the switch, huh?
Yeah, told my legs up in the switch.
When I was in Akron, wasn't it? When you all stayed over there on Hamlet, I had been to Akron for a week, I believe, and you all was over there. And I think she whipped Bo too, by some cereal. He didn't want to give the kids cereal or something. She told them to fix their cereal or something. I heard. And when
That was a mistake, wasn't it?
yeah, when she whipped Bo, so when we got back, I called on the phone, and then Bo heard his grandma talking to me, and knew that we were back. And Bo walked from Hamlet all the way home, and it didn't tell her. And when I was in the bathroom on Spruce and looked up, and there come Bo walking in the back, I said, "Where this boy coming from?" And he said he walked home. And I called back. I asked her, I said, "Mom," I said, "where's Bo?" "Oh, girl." No, she called, "Oh, gal, he out here playing." "They all right." I said, "No, he ain't. No, he's not out there playing." I said, "Bo's standing up here in the house." "How did he get there?" I said, "He said he walked." "I'm gonna tear him up," she said. She said she was gonna tear him up. But Bo said that's all it took for him. And she had done whipped him. Said when he heard her talking to me, he knew I was home, and he left. Left you all too. Left all y'all over there. I had, I believe it was Rosemary, was it? Yeah, I had Rosemary with me, the baby with me. And she had the rest of you all over there.
What you used to whip us with?
Switch.
Like what? Like those over there?
Yeah, and them long green ones. And they wouldn't break.
Like the flexible ones?
Yeah, I like them that go like this. It ain't hurt you all though. Yeah. You all
I'd rather gotten a whooping by Dad.
Yeah, with the belt?
With the belt.
Dr. Brown. Yeah, them switches hurt though. On your legs, but you won't hit me that hard. All you had to do was go like that, and they hurt.
They stung. What you talking?
Yeah, they did.
I remember you was whooping Vita one time, and she didn't cry.
No, she didn't cry. The letter said she never cried. And said she just loved to come over here. And I would tell her, what was I whipping her for? I know I wasn't whipping her for nothing. Yeah, she just stand and she wouldn't cry. Yeah, some kids wouldn't cry, but all you all cried.
Yeah, we know the sooner we cry.
And they be running.
Y'all used to whip us and tell us to shut up.
Yeah, that's why our parents did be whipping us all the time. Shut up, shut up, shut up. And then I started whipping you all, talking about shut up. I said myself, when they was telling me to shut up, how do they think I'm gonna shut up? When they when they got that switch to keep laying it on you. Sometimes they put your head between the legs.
Yeah, kids today don't know how good they had it.
They don't know how good they had it. They haven't.
Throw you in jail now.
So oh yeah, parents scared of the kid. If you do, I'm gonna call children's service. Yeah, but you'd have had plenty to tell them when they got here, because I'd have really wore it out then. All of that was just in love, and that's the way they brought us up, and we thought that's what we had to do. But I sure hope I didn't whip my kids hard as they whipped me. And you talking about abuse. But they didn't know that was abuse. That's just the way they discipline their children.
Who whipped you the worst?
My mom mostly used a switch. So that switch hurt me worse than anything.
So why would you think the switch you was using wouldn't hurt us?
I knew it was hurting. That's why I was whooping you. I knew it hurt. And whatever I was whooping you for, you wouldn't do it too much because you're going to be thinking about that switch. And last time Papa whipped me, I hadn't been getting that whipping. I guess I had to been up there around 15. Maybe thought I was grown, or 16 one. He was whipping Peter. Yeah, he was whipping Peter so hard, I never will forget it, in the kitchen. And I was standing over in the corner, and he just whipped Peter so hard. And I got so mad, I said to Peter, I said, "Fool, why don't you run?" What I said that for? Boy, he turned Peter loose and reached back there and got me, and I was already in the corner. But he grabbed me, and boy, he was laying it on me. I bet you when I got out of that corner, I ran. I wasn't gonna keep standing there. I kept twisting around till I got around him, and I was gone. Peter remembered that. He told him one day. Yeah, talking about Leon said, "Fool, honey, we never did say a fool or lie, nothing around there." Better not. And I had nerve that said, "Fool, why don't you run?"
Ooh,
Man, that was something. Now, you know he got me. And one time my mom was whipping me. She had the ironing cord. I don't know what she whipping me about. But I know one thing, she was whipping me. Whatever she whipped me about, it wasn't true. It's something about the other kids, and I'm the oldest, I had to, take care. So we was upstairs. And Mama, she probably was tired when she had work so that day. And boy, she got that ironing cord and started whipping me. And she hit at me so hard and missed me and hit her legs. And she had bad veins on her leg. So she had to start whipping me and start rubbing her legs. And boy, I flew down them steps, honey. I said, "I bet you won't catch me." Her leg was hurting too bad. Oh. I look back over that sometimes, think about it, and just laugh.
Tell me something about each of your brothers. Let's start with the youngest one first. All your brothers and sisters, Larry. Tell me
Larry,
about
I wasn't under Larry too much, because when Larry was born, and Aunt Sugar from Mansfield came down, and she took Larry up there. I think Larry probably was about 3 or 4. He stayed up there. He stayed in Mansfield, but we would always go up to see him, And he started calling Granny Sugar, his Granny Sugar. That was Mama's sister. And so after I got married, Larry was here then, and he was about 5, I believe. And I was keeping. After I had quit working, I was pregnant at the time. So, and I was keeping Larry. He was come over. They would bring him over, and I'd keep him. And Mama said Larry would come home. Mama, showing Mama how I was throwing up. And Leona was sick, and she was just throwing up. So she was going like this. Oh, so I wasn't around him that much after I got married.
Yeah, what about Misha?
And then Misha and them, we were just all in the house together.
So they were too young. They were too young to hang around with you, right?
Oh yeah, they were too young to hang around. But we was that long. We was in the house, we was together. But they didn't never go out no place with me. I was too old for them.
Who were you the closest to?
I don't know. Who was I closest to.
Who was your partner in crime whenever you got in trouble? Who was it? See, didn't do no crime.
Wasn't about to do no.
You in trouble, huh?
I didn't get in no trouble like that after I got up, some age. I didn't get in trouble.
Well, thanks, Mom. I love you.
I love you too. Oh, I didn't tell you about that vineyard wine I drink.
No, tell me about that.
Okay, one Christmas night, I can remember this. I was about 16 at Christmas, so the relatives always came down from Mansfield. So they would go out, Papa would go out to this place they called, wherever they go buy some vineyard wine, wherever it was. And so they drank, and then they would go up the street, a couple houses up the street, and they would drink and play and do whatever they gonna do. And so I had done mop. This was Christmas Eve night. The other kids in the bed. I'm the oldest, so I'm down there mopping, cleaning the house and everything. And that vineyard wine was sitting over there. I said, I wonder what this tastes like. So I got a glass and tasted it. And it tastes like grape pop. I bet you I drink 2 glasses of that. I didn't know it was gonna make me drunk. But I think I got drunk. I turned around, I mopped and waxed the floors again. Yes, I forgot I had mopped them and waxed them so high. And that's the first time I had to drink some of that stuff. I won't drink it nothing, but boy, that was good. And Papa came home, he wanted to, where does this wine go? What done happened to it? So, I don't know what happened to it.
Wait a minute, you lied to Papa?
Yeah, sure I did.
Why?
Because he probably would have told me up. But what happened, that night, I finally went to bed. I got up there and went to bed, the others up there. And the next morning, at Christmas morning, I woke up, I couldn't get up.
What, Christmas morning?
Christmas morning.
You had a hangover?
I guess it was a hangover. I know one thing, I was sick and I throwed up. Oh my goodness, I didn't know what was wrong. And Mary Jane, my friend Mary Jane, she came over. She and I were supposed to go to the movies. That's the only place we could go. And this little movie was right there, down there on the corner of Harrison and Goodale. So we was going to the movie. She came upstairs, she sit on the bed. She said, come on, Leona, get out the mirror, I can't move. She said, what's wrong with you? I said, I don't know. So I couldn't even get up, but that's what it was. So Papa and them found out, that's where that wine went.
So he didn't whoop you, huh?
No. If he had, I couldn't move. I had to just lay there and take it. So Mary and I couldn't go to the movie. She done come. She couldn't go no place either, and I couldn't either. So her dad would let her come over to the house. And I was laid up there all Christmas. I don't know what they did downstairs. I don't know if I got anything for Christmas. Yeah, but it was fun. Not that part, though. Ooh, boy.
So overall, would you say Mama and Papa had led an exemplary life, a good life?
Oh, yeah. They had a good life. They did. They did. They scuffled a lot of years, but they made it. Took care of us. Yeah, so we took care of them too after they got older and got in kind of bad health. So we did what we could for them too.
Yeah, Mama lived to be how old?
89. She was 89 years old.
I went by the cemetery today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You see her name and everything there?
Took some pictures of the tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty sad.
Yeah, I know it. Mm-hmm. And Jimbo, did you see his? Okay. Yeah. You by yourself when you went by there? Yeah, it's pretty sad. And I tell you, I dream about Mama so much, and every time I dream about her, she's not dead. She's just Mama. Just Mama. Yeah, Mama used to tell me sometimes, call over there to get a different one telephone number. My kids, I beat them, forgot it. I think this is a shame. Calling me to get your own kid's telephone number. You just forget everything.
And she had it, though, didn't
She had it. And sometimes she could tell you right off. She didn't have to look. Yeah, she was a good old lady. Yeah, when that head got cold, honey, I tell you, we really miss her.
Yeah, family reunions ain't the same without her.
Not the same.
That's why I'm doing this.
She was good to us. She really was. She's so good. And I had a lot of kids, so she said, "You done bought them your kids their school clothes?" I said, "Mama, they got a lot from last year, so I got them washed up and ironed." Mama would go downtown. Oh, she knew you outside. She knew all of your sides. And Mama would go down and come back with bags of new clothes. We don't want them kids to be wearing them old clothes. I said, "Mama, some kids come past here. We were living here too when she buying some of that stuff." I said, "The clothes don't even be ironed, Mama. Old clothes was. You better iron them kids' clothes." She was a good mother. Bought a lot of clothes, a lot of dressing, bought y'all little pants and shirts. She sure did. Take you to the fair. Do you remember that? Maybe you might have been working. She was over here. She took some of these kids. She would buy a whole big roll of tickets and go to the fair. Took Pam and just let y'all ride and ride and ride. When you get tired for a while, she'd go to the stand and buy food and drinks.
They love to see their grandkids have a good time.
Yeah, she just loved to see it. And we'd be sitting over there up under looking at you all right. Oh, she would enjoy that. And Pam came back. She went this one year with us. She had lead in her kids too, you know. And Shirley said, "Mama, I ain't never had that good a time at the fair." She said, "Mama had a roll of tickets and just told us to just go on ride till you get tired. And then when you get tired, let's go eat and drink something." She did. She would feed us all too. Then she got to the place she didn't go. She couldn't go. Last time we was there, she was in a wheelchair. And my hip was getting bad then, so Teresa, she pushed her around. It was nice.
Well, I'm running out of tape.